All right, so we are now in SAP Live Class. So I mentioned earlier that 2019 we have seen a big increase in our virtual schedule of courses. So actually, just to give you a preview, I think in the past few years or in 2018, the virtual live class is actually existing only in India. Only now in APJ that we actually offer them throughout the Asia Pacific, Japan, and China region. So virtual training is not new for us at SAP Education. It's actually also existing in North America for over, I think, 8 years already. So they're the pioneer of that, I think. But recently, we have upped our game with the introduction of SAP Live Class. So SAP Live Class uses a state-of-the-art platform to connect learners in a virtual classroom where they receive training from an expert via live video link, just like what we are currently using now. So um, I've tried this out also. The Zoom platform I use that in a coffee shop as well with a low bandwidth in the Philippines. So I was amazed on how good Zoom platform is. So I would like to encourage our customers and partners, if ever that they think that they're not available to go for a classroom training, then they can actually try out their SAP Live Plus if ever that they are interested on that. Next slide, please. Yeah, it's the same, so it's okay. Just stop. All right. So just like a traditional classroom, SAP Live Plus offers participants the same components, expert instructor guidance, access to training systems, course materials. Sometimes we send that through PDF or the manual material also. So there's also a personal support and face-to-face engagement with the trainer and with other participants. So you can actually talk with co-participants as well in this meeting room. So everyone is interconnected via audio and video, enabling them to interact both with the instructor and the other learners as well. So you can talk to the trainer at any time, ask questions, and request assistance. And the trainers can connect to the trainees' computers to provide them with hands-on support when they're working in the training system. So just like in the classroom, Zoom platform or our SAP virtual live class gives you a feeling of being in the classroom as well because you're able to see your co-participants and your trainer as well. And if ever you would like to access the system, you'll be able to be given, the access by your trainer during that time. Yeah. So one of the reasons we've increased our SAP Live class schedule this year is to make it easier for customers to follow our training, even if they aren't located anywhere near one of our training centers. So no travel costs. The customers can take the training from their home, just like me right now, or from the office, and yet they get the same great learning experience. So due to the great platform which we use, participants and the instructor can see and communicate with each other just like that they could if they were in the same room. So you also get the great interaction when people love about the instructor-led training. So now we're moving on to the treat to run. Next slide, please. So there. All right. So at SAP Education, we know that fitting training into your busy calendar isn't always easy. We've worked really hard to ensure our schedule contains a broad choice of courses and dates, both in the classroom and virtually through our SAP Live class events. But perhaps the course that you want to take isn't planned in your preferred location or the existing event dates for your chosen course don't fit with your availability or project time scales. So we now have a solution for that. This is the Treat to Run program, which allows you to help build their training schedule. So considering that the event that you are interested in is not available, then you can actually help us to build and add our training schedule throughout the year. So next slide, yeah. So the idea of Cheateron is to provide our customer with the option to request an additional public schedule event, which fulfill the customer needs with regards to the time and location in case there are no events scheduled to the requested course type, or if the scheduled events do not suit your availability. So if your customer have three or more participants who require the same course, we will work with them to add it in our public schedule. This provides the customer with the ultimate flexibility. This will then enable them to align with their project timeline. So we have identified that a lot of the people have busy schedules and with a lot of projects that they are working on. So sometimes the schedule that we currently have for a particular course doesn't suit their availability, and they already have colleagues who can actually join in together with them, so they can request that to our customer service support team. They can actually request at least 3 to 4 weeks before their requested event. And yeah, we will check also the availability of the trainer. And if all is okay, then we can proceed to deliver that training. Any questions?